Okay. So for the chairs and dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, so it's a great pleasure for me at least to be joining with you and then online. I am very sorry that I couldn't able to join physically, but I'll follow up the meeting with my consultants and which they are physically attending the meeting, and I'll do my best to contribute on online in terms of what is the importance and what type of potentials from the Turkey side. So once more, so I'll very welcome to Turkey, especially for our international participants and also our Turkish colleagues who are attending, and also especially the young scientists and students. So they're very welcome to the meeting and the conference. So I'll share my contribution as a short presentation during the allocated time. So I'll switch to my presentation. Now, I guess now you will see my screen, and if not, just please let me know. Okay. And I put a title on quantum technologies. I think it's clear on materials and technology side, and I'm a material scientist as well. So and to put it as developing and succeeding together, because we have been many challenges, but at the meantime the potentials, and one of the important potentials for overcome with this type of challenges is the quantum technologies. And so in this slide on the screen that you can see by the World Economic Forum, for the next 10 years, the type of challenges which we are facing. And especially, the x-axis is the likelihood and the y-axis is the impact. So right hand, the top corner, so it has been listed on the left-hand side. So for the next 10 years, in a global sense, so what type of risks? And this was published in very early year 2021. So, we have been facing with the COVID-19, but some other type of challenges that time, which we have been just naming but not faced during that time. So which means, but when I am naming this type of challenges, so the still epidemic diseases, this could be, maybe not COVID-19, but some others will be in our agenda for the next 10 years. And the green ones in here has been named, so different type of topics on the climate change type of actions, but unfortunately the failure of the governments and also the loss of biodiversity, extreme climate events, the flood, fire, heat waves, storms, natural resources crisis, especially the food security, water security. So these are, unfortunately, this is a part of our life, and will be more and more in future, especially, has been named in next 10 years in here. And cybersecurity is one of the important agenda also, and social cohesion, erosion, the forced immigration, debt crisis, prolonged economic recessions, and the fragility of interstate relations. So although it has been named for the next 10 years, but most of them which we are facing for today. So the type of challenge which we are facing in here, what we have been, at least I have been acknowledging, so these are not the type of solutions which we have already been experiencing in the past. So which means that these are much more complex, much more dynamic, and also changing quickly. So the type of solutions also which we need a kind of a new type of approach, and also the new technologies are needed. And one of the important potentials in terms of the digital technologies. And these are, again, a very recent kind of, document on year 2022 for different type of NGO organizations has been making a prediction what type of digital transformation will take us for today and also the future, of course. And you can see, the AI and the cloud technologies, the cybersecurity, 5G plus and 6G in future. And also, moving on the list, also the high performance quantum computing. So you can see that, so these are, of course, we have been challenges, but at the meantime, different type of solutions, and most of the important solutions has been named by the digital transformation trends. And also, again, there's a report on the year 2021. And for the OECD, business at OECD, and from the business side, so what are the type of priorities on especially comparing the year 2020 and year 2021? And the number one has been named is the green transition. So this is a kind of an agenda for the business side. And the second one on the digital transformation and also the transition and infrastructure. And the third one on the human capital. But especially I would like to emphasize on the change from the year 2020 and the year 2021. And the green transition is becoming very much important. You can see that change from year 2020 and 2021. So this also, I think quite clear that, especially after the pandemic, which we have been facing different type of challenges on the base of the climate change and also the green development side. And the second one, of course, the digital transformation, keep it as important as in the same respect. And the third one, the human capital. And you can see also the change from year 2020 and also the year 2021 is the highest change in the human capital, so for the need for the human capital for the future. So therefore, this conference in this respect, I find it very, very important because this type of challenges could be, named, addressed with the type of scientific solutions and technologies. But at the meantime, also putting an efforts on this pre-conference and parallel events on developing the human capacity, especially our young scientists and students. And so also for the future on one of the important points on this twin green and digital transition, this is the agenda and also the human capital. And from the moving to the topic of the conference, of course, we are talking about with the different points of the quantum technologies, materials and technologies, from fundamental physics to technological applications. And we have been seeing at the moment more potentials than before on the quantum technologies. And especially in terms of the type of applications from the, information technologies, medicine, environment, and energy technologies. But of course, we always, also has been addressed during the opening speech by our conference chair Professor Ali Gencer, and also a contribution from the Switzerland that, and of course, the basic science is quite important. So therefore, to get more benefit to these challenges by means of the quantum technologies. So therefore, the more basic science is needed. And so this is a kind of spectrum on an overview of the current developments on the quantum science and technology for the year period of the 2018 and year 2022. So, the type of publications, what are the type of priorities or the keywords which has been addressed by the scientific community. So therefore, the more advanced on quantum technology, giving a contribution on the nanoelectronics, photonics, hybrid materials, and energy efficiency. So I don't want to, keeping to my time, that I don't want to go to detail, but these are all showing that the potentials and also the potentials for the collaboration areas. And in terms of also how we can see the quantum science and technology to achieve the sustainable development goal of SDGs of the UN. So, I have been putting the 17 UN SDG goals. And you can see that, directly 5 of the areas has been the quantum science and technologies can affect on these 5 areas, on the food and on the good health, and the water and the climate change and the energy, and also some others, but I mean at least that I have been just named shortly. And one of the important point, of course, I mean, it's a clear, and also when I can see more than 300 participants in this conference coming from different type of areas on scientific backgrounds. So this is also quantum science and technology, which we can see is covering to all disciplines. So this is also giving a potentials that there is much more need for interaction and collaboration, and more than the collaboration, for the co-creation. And this is a kind of a change of the ecosystem, at least what we are trying to do in Turkey. I mean, we are trying to bring the knowledge creator and the knowledge user, technology developer and technology user into the same platform. So I think this, which we can see also the quantum area for the science and the technology parts, I think is a quite important area, which we are working very carefully on it. In Turkey. Of course, we have been funding the individual research projects, but we are putting more efforts also at the meantime that to form the platforms for the more than the cooperation, which we are aiming for the co-creation. And so the TÜBİTAK, I mean, especially for, I mean, nearly, I have been, I mean, named 300, about 300 international participants in the conference. So I am sure that you may know, I mean, a few, I mean, information, but I'll just say about who we are as TÜBİTAK. TÜBİTAK was founded in 1963. We have been just celebrated 59th year, and we are reaching the 60th year. We have been a kind of agency. We are funding the universities, industry, fellows as an individuals in all, I mean, from bachelor graduates and also the postdocs. And also we are increasing science and society, science and technology awareness in the society. And of course, keeping the international collaboration on science, technology, innovation of Turkey. And also at the meantime, we are doing the research. Maybe this is a strange part, interesting part. I mean, we have been also doing with research. So altogether, we have been 6,000 personnel, and more than 5,000 of them doing the research on different type of research institutes. And so this is our, I mean, in the left-hand side, you can see the priorities. So, I mean, they are aligning with, I mean, I think the global challenges and the global trends. On the right-hand side, I mean, which we are trying to, to develop a output and impact type of projects and platforms. And in this respect, we are trying to be emphasis on new knowledge creation models and also the human resources for co-creation to achieve the goals of our priorities. And this is, I mean, very crowded. I don't want to go to detail, but this is what it is showing that, I mean, which we have been putting a lot of different type of programs. And this type of programs we have been, while we are keeping the funding the individual projects, but we are putting more efforts to form big platforms for technology platforms, and also the technology development platforms, and also the production development platforms. So on different type of areas, and of course the quantum is one of them. Especially now, one of the big platform is waiting on our list, should be announced shortly, will be funded by TÜBİTAK to start this year, hopefully. And also in the other side of the human resources side, on again, which we are trying to bring the fund our researchers, but also we are trying to attract the international researchers come to Turkey, continue their research in Turkey. And so these are the type of areas in terms of forming the big platforms. So these are the different type of, and this is a kind of an areas which Turkey is putting itself to make it much more frontier. And some of the examples of these platforms are given in here, and which I think that they are also relevant to the quantum science and technologies and materials part. And I don't want to go to the details, but in here, so these are our technology platforms on health, energy, and materials. And in here, so different type of stakeholders, I mean universities, state research institutes, and also the companies are coming together. And as TÜBİTAK is a funding agency side, we are not funding the individual projects, we are funding the platform, and the platform decides which projects should be funded. So it's a change of our mindset in here. So we have been more careful on type of outputs and impacts, but we have been, as I said, not individually funding the projects. We are funding the platform, and the funding decides which projects will be funded during at least 4 years' time. And also, as I said, while using this opportunity, I also, by means of yourself, including yourself and also your, peer researchers, they also can come to continue their research in Turkey. So this is at the moment, we have been recently opened a program, and there are about 200 outstanding researchers are coming from around the globe. So you can see, and so they are coming, and then at least I give some examples in here, 5 of them, working on quantum technologies. And so they are coming from you can see from US, from Germany, from Czech Republic, and also from China. So they are all coming in here, continue their research for their certain period of the time, not maybe permanently. Of course, we have been very much willing to also invite for permanent positions, but at least to stay to 1 to 3 years period of time. And we are giving very good incentives to continue their research, not only by their own research, but also we are funding up to 5 PhD students for each researcher. And in terms of the international collaboration parts, and so you can see with these green areas, which we have already been collaborating, either bilaterally, which we prefer, or multilaterally. And one of from the multilateral part, Turkey is a full partner of the Horizon Europe program. So therefore, we have been also, collaborating with our, research organizations on research projects from academia and also industry side, by means of the Horizon Europe. And you can see at the moment, still we are just finished the first year on Horizon Europe, and the total number of projects and also the type of budget we have been directly received for our projects. So this is also giving our potential for further improvements. And in terms of, other than the funding part, a few last slides on what our capacity also in terms of our research institutes of TÜBİTAK. So one of institute on ULAKBIM, Turkish colleagues know very well. So we have been, the supercomputer of the Turkey has been coordinated by TÜBİTAK, and Turkey is by means of TÜBİTAK is a partner of one of the second high capacity supercomputer of Europe, together with the Spain, Portugal, Croatia, and it's based on Barcelona. And by using this one, of course, it's giving more potential for the quantum side. And also with one of our research institutes on a BLGAM, based in nearby Istanbul, where I am now there, on quantum technologies, which we are working, in fact, more than 20 years in a period of time. And I just only give a few examples what we have been achieved and also what we are doing in here. So on develop and deploy one of the first quantum photonic random number generators, and this is already in use in defense industry, and also the quantum key distribution system developed by circa 2000. So this is showing. And also at the moment, currently we are working with in European program with our European colleagues on photonic chips, especially for the quantum random number generator. And also we are working on a challenging project on the quantum sensors and quantum radars. So this is also potential, also showing that from all our colleagues that we are very pleased to collaborate also with our means of our partner, our research institutes. And we have one of also the important part is we have been one of the institute of the Basic Science Research Institute of TÜBİTAK, and by means of that, one of the top agenda on quantum. and we are not doing a research part, but especially we are bringing the researchers, and especially the young researchers, students, come to join us on this type of training programs. And you have been seen already been on the right-hand side on the course titles by means of our summer schools or the seminars. And I know that some of our colleagues who are the partner of the associate member of our institute are attending this conference as well, and they are also contributing. But this is more increasing the awareness and also the type of a collaboration and co-creation between the researchers in Turkey. And finally, I mean, once more, also thank you, giving an opportunity for me to join at least by online what we are doing and how we are, I mean, observing the changes and potentials and what we are doing and also what we can offering. So during this conference, enjoy the fruitful, I mean, meetings, and we are also learning by means of my colleagues, and they will report me. And we are ready more cooperation and collaboration in for the future, and enjoy also your stay in one of the good part of Turkey at Bodrum, and nice conference and fruitful discussions. Thank you very much.